This is Ed Parker's crest. It's actually the second crest that he used in his associations. The first was the fist patch, which was for the Kenpo Karate Association of America, the IKKA. As soon as some of his black belts or even brown belts went overseas to start to teach, the system was spreading and the association changed the name to the International Kenpo Karate Association. And this became the crest of the IKKA. There's discussion about who actually drew it, but I'm not going into that right now. What I want to talk about is Mr. Parker's crest. And any student of the system really knows what these things mean. But the roof, or the top of the patch is a roof, symbolizing that the association protects those within it. The sides are curved, like on a Chinese temple or house, which is, in their thinking, is to deflect evil. The bottom is the shape of an axe. If somebody uses the art in the wrong way, they're cut off. Never be part of the association anymore. Kenpo, law of the fist, karate, empty hand, the name of our system. That's what the K reflects as well. The background color is white, and there's more white than any other color in the patch. And that's because there are more white belts than any other ranks. The other belt colors are reflected in various parts of the tiger and the dragon. If you had a full color representation, you'd have the blues and the greens and the purples and so on, because those elements have to be combined here. And the dragon is red, which is the color of mastery, which is why black belts have red stripes on their belts. And he's above the tiger because of the spirituality and the knowledge. However, the dragon has to know what the beginners know, so the fins are yellow. The tiger represents the physical strength, so we have the yin and the yang aspects of the earthly strength, physical power, and the spirituality and the wisdom of the dragon together, with the dragon being on top. Now, the circle here, circular motion, and that Parker called the alphabet of motion and so on, and the circle is gray. And they say gray because it represents the gray matter of the brain. So we want to be thinking about what we're doing, not just doing things because we're told to do things. And we have the Chinese writing, and it's Chinese calligraphy because we are based on the Chinese system. The one side of this is the spirit of the dragon and the strength of the tiger. That's on this side, and we have the Kenpo Karate law of the fist and empty hand on the opposite. We have the dividing lines in the circle, which represent the 8 angles of attack and defense, or the original 18 hands of Lohan, which most martial arts Chinese base come from. And an interesting thing about this is that you'll see a couple versions of the Parker patch. You see several versions, but there are a few versions that he had made and sold for the IKKA members. And if you count the lines on this one, there are only 7. Or some patches would only have the 7 lines, and other patches would have all 8. When you talk with the guys down at the karate school, you say, well, you know, how come yours has only got the 7 lines? Somebody said, well, I asked my instructor, and they said, because you always wanted to keep something hidden. You didn't want to expose everything. So I went to Ed Parker because I studied privately with him, and I was the guy who would ask him the question. And I said, what's the deal on the missing line? And I told him that story about keeping something hidden. He said, nah, it's simple. Patchmaker made a mistake.